how can you improve as a network engineer? If you're a network engineer or even an IT professional or someone looking to get into networking, there are some tips you can use to improve and increase the value you provide to the business you work for, resulting in future-proofing yourself and potentially taking more money home. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Lewis and I'm a network engineer. My channel is all about helping IT professionals and encouraging more people into IT. So if that sounds good to you, please hit the subscribe. This video is going to be about 6 steps to help you become a better network engineer. If you find anything good in this video, please hit the thumbs up. Let's get started. Number 1, keep an eye on the industry. One way I do this is by listening to the Packet Pushers podcast. First came across their podcast because I was driving to work and I thought I need something to do in the time that I was driving to work because I couldn't be bothered to keep updating the playlist of the music I was listening to, and I wanted to improve myself on that distance because I was taking an hour to get to work and an hour to get back. So I googled audiobooks for network engineers and there was nothing there, but I did come across a post on Reddit which was the Packet Pushers. Someone suggesting to listen to that for someone who'd asked the same question that I had. So I had to listen to it, and ever since then I've been listening to them quite regularly, not every week, but more often than not I do listen to them. And it's a great podcast. They cover all of the latest news, they cover some technologies, they get some vendors on with sponsored podcasts, for example, but those are still quite useful because you can understand what the vendors are trying to push out and what they see the future being. So I suggest checking their podcast out as one way of keeping yourself up to date. One thing I thought I'd mention about the Packet Pushers was when I first started listening to them a few years ago, they would cover a topic that I'd never even heard of before. So I'd sit and listen to a 50-minute podcast about something I'd never heard of, but they would introduce it. There would be some kind of background to it, but they would go in depth about it too. So I'd come away, listening to that podcast thinking, I have no idea what they just talked about. So I'd go away and I'd do a little bit of reading, understand it, and it helped me improve. So hopefully you could do the same. The Packet Pushers podcast is easy to find on iTunes or Stitcher. They do multiple podcasts a week, and I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. Number 2 is talk to other engineers. So first, leave me a comment in the section below, introduce yourself, tell me what you do, and I'd love to have a chat. It's always good to network with like-minded people, bounce ideas off each other, share stories, help each other. At the end of the day, we're on the same path, we fight the same battles, and it's always good to know more people who do the stuff we do. I met some other engineers through meetup.com. On meetup.com, it's a website that you can create an event on. I went on there, checked to see if there was any events local in my area that interested me, and there was one for programming. I wanted to learn a little bit more about programming, so I went to the event. After a presentation, we got to talk, and funny enough, I bumped into a network engineer. So check meetup.com, maybe there's some event that's useful for yourself. Number 3 is have a plan. What are your goals? What position do you want to be in the future? What certifications do you want to achieve? It's key to have a plan and make small, frequent steps along that journey. Now the plan may have to change, and if it does, just alter it, but continue to move forward. My life's changed significantly in the last 4 years, and I put it down to the fact I know what I've wanted to do. In my career, I've had to make decisions, and the decisions have all been made based on the fact, what did I want to do in my plan? I've had to change it along the way, but my life has changed significantly, and it's for the better. I suggest making a plan and sticking to it. Number 4 is invest in yourself. Don't wait for your job to send you on that training course you want. Invest in yourself now. Simply put, investing in yourself is going to get you the best return. Something that's always stuck with me is something that Keith Barker said. He's a great IT trainer, you should check him out by the way. But he invests 10% of his annual salary in himself a year. And if you look where he is, he's in a great place, so perhaps that is a good figure to go for. Not necessarily something I agree with, or something that I stick to, but don't go and punt 4K on a 5-day training course. Be wise with your money. There are lots of great ways of learning, lots of video courses, lots of books. Take a look, perhaps there'll be something out there for you. At the moment, personally, I use I&E and I buy books. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the best route for you. Number 5, learn a programming language like Python. I couldn't quite understand why a network engineer should learn Python to begin with. However, now I've seen the light, and one reason you can use Python now is if you manage a big environment where you need to change one line of code on every single device, that's going to take you ages. Whereas if you know Python, you can automate that and set a script to log onto every device, add that one line of code and save it. Simple enough. So there's a great use case for learning Python now. However, in the future, when network automation is a more larger thing in our environments, then Python's going to be a great skill too. You'll be able to use that with Ansible, for example. I can't claim to be an expert with Python at the moment. I'm currently learning how to program in Python, and you can see that up there and join me on that journey. I want to share another resource with you as well, and that's one with Kevin Wallace, where he'll give you a little bit of an overview and he'll use some familiar naming, for example, to show you how you can use Python, and perhaps that might be a good resource to watch too. Number 6 is broaden your skills. When it comes to working in IT, you're not going to do it alone. You're going to collaborate with other departments, and having an understanding of what they do will help you with what you do. For example, if you're working and putting a storage network in, how does that storage work? What's it going to do on your switch? Or perhaps you're putting in a Linux box, and with you having an understanding of that Linux box, you know that you need to change some of your configuration on your NAC box. Having a broad understanding of all of the areas of IT is great, and it can also introduce you to specialising in the second subject, which is going to be key for yourself in the future. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget, I want to hear from you in the comments below, so make sure you leave a comment introducing yourself. If you want to reach out to me on social media, I'll leave them in the description. My website can be found at lewisbowerbank.com. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.